Hey fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. A special thank you to our Amazon Prime members who have linked to their Twitch Prime account. I've been pounding you on that. Please keep doing it. Even if you do that, you can also, if you feel especially generous, donate via Patreon and be a patron. Thank you. And you can also subscribe via YouTube. If you're doing that, thank you. But it's really important, all of you, please link your Twitch Prime account and your Amazon Prime account. You can stick it to Amazon. Shane gets paid. It costs you $0. So I'm going to give you a riddle here. What can you do that costs you $0 that gets Shane paid? Oh, link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. If you got that right, go link it right now. It's in the description below.
This episode of Pachter Factor is brought to you by DeShazer Ryan Realty. Right now, Doug DeShazer has beautiful lots available adjacent to Koocanusa Lake in northwest Montana. Pull up your RV and access the hookups, or build your own construction. Either way, you have access to world-class fishing, hunting, boating, swimming, biking, hiking, and the internet. No matter where you're looking to buy, make Doug DeShazer your real estate consultant at 406-291-1643. That's Doug DeShazer at 406-291-1643.
Okay, our question today from YouTube from D'Angelo2728. How will Nintendo react to all the emulators suddenly flooding Apple's App Store? Are you surprised that Apple's allowing on the platform? It makes emulating Nintendo games exceedingly easy for the 1.5 billion people with iPhones. Will Nintendo sue Apple? Will this change Nintendo's strategy toward its back catalog in any way? Nintendo's aware of it, and it's just like Pal World. Nintendo's aware of anything that they believe infringes upon their copyright. It just takes a while to sue. They aren't as fast as they need to be. They're fast if you're like using their product in a video or something. They'll tell you to take it down because that's easy. And if it was me, like this really happened, I think it was at Game Trailers days, but you remember this. I had a giant Pikachu stuffed animal behind my head in my office, and it wasn't a ripoff. Nintendo sent it to me, and we did probably back then pach-attack episode for Game Trailers, and Nintendo called us and told us to take the episode down because we were violating their copyright. Their stuffed animal that they sent to me, and so they're really hyper about it when they perceive that they have power. They are going to be careful with Apple. If you've ever seen an ad in a mobile game that had the word cash in it, it could be bingo cash or solitaire cash. Those are games where you are playing against a bot, a robot. You are not playing against a real person. And the bot is taught, it's machine learning, to let you win 45%, 47% of the time, but you are going to lose 53% of the time, and they're stealing your money. And Apple's aware of this, and they don't take it down. And they've been sued. There was a lawsuit, Skills, which is competitive gaming where you're actually playing against a person. Skills sued one of these companies, Avia Games, you can look it up, and won a $40 million judgment. Apple did nothing. The game's still up. Even though Skills won a patent infringement case against them and a cheating infringement against them, Apple didn't take it down. So it takes a while for Apple to figure it out. And the answer is sure. Nintendo will sue, Apple will take it down. It's embarrassing that Apple doesn't have a single person there. They should, but there's a million people working there and nobody knows what anybody else is doing. Yes, all that will come down. But Nintendo's just building the case. And the sad thing is, it's not Apple's violation, it's the people who are putting the emulators up as apps. But Apple's approval mechanism for apps is letting them on. And so Apple's got to stop that. And, there's a policy at Apple that says that you can't facilitate stealing, but I'm sure most of you don't remember this, but we used to file share music. We had Napster, Grokster, Kazaa. We used to rip off music, and lots of reputable places allowed you to steal music. And That all got taken down. It took an act of Congress, but it all got taken down. And you know who fixed it? Apple. Apple's the one who came up with iTunes to kind of get around that and make sure people got paid. So it's in Apple's best interest to take care of Nintendo. I think the simple thing for Nintendo to do would be to say, look at all the interest, Apple, in our content. Would you like to license it from us and put it in Apple Arcade and make money off of it? And I think that Apple would say yes. Then it's in Apple's economic best interest to stamp out any emulators. So I think it's coming. And as soon as there are, 100 million people ripping off Nintendo content, Apple's going to shut it down. It's just going to... Unfortunately, it's a big move for Apple to boot something off the store. And they boot porn off the store occasionally. They boot gambling off the store occasionally. They certainly don't want to encourage this, because if Apple lets you steal from Nintendo, then someone's going to steal from Apple. They don't want that. So truthfully, it's going to happen pretty soon. I'm sure Nintendo Legal is already in contact with Apple Legal. You just got to get somebody to make it happen. So anyway, yes, it'll happen. We'll change their strategy toward back catalog. My buddy Furukawa, who I've talked to now 3 times, he's really good about having regular meetings. He is keenly aware that their back catalog has huge value. And I think somewhere between the launch of Switch 2, whatever they're going to call it, and the death of Switch 2, so sometime in the next 7 to 8 years, they'll figure out back catalog. The question they have is, are they better off putting it on a Nintendo Online subscription directly for Switch owners? And their problem is they continue to think of themselves as a hardware company and not a software company. Where Apple, who makes phones, thinks of itself as a software company. So if Nintendo were to think like Apple and think our hardware supports our software, they would monetize the back catalog immediately. But they're exactly upside down. They think their software supports their hardware. So they're all about selling Switches and not all about selling software. They would make so much more money if they would monetize back catalog through Apple or through anybody else. But answer, not anytime soon. This is if you remember the mini VCRs, the mini DVRs. Remember that service that was going to have everybody has a mini DVR and they could watch any movie? And
I don't actually.
It was 2000.
It was movie piracy, basically, though.
Right, it was movie piracy.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, you have a mini DVR, and we own the movie and we're just broadcasting it, and whatever. And it was just like, it wasn't the DVR itself that was illegal. It was the file itself and the files are digital, and they flat out say in your EULA, you cannot do that. And they say that. They say you can't use it on an emulator of any kind. And so you don't own the game. You own the physical disc, and you can play the physical disc. Well, if you download it, you can't.
I just wonder how Nintendo's going to sue Apple when it's not doing anything illegal, technically.
Porn's not illegal either. They just don't want it going on their platform.
Yeah, but nobody's going to sue Apple over porn.
But they won't let it happen. Oh, I see the other way, yeah. But they don't let it happen. For our Patreon patrons and our YouTube subscribers, thank you very much. It's keeping us afloat. For everybody, including the people who are patrons and subscribers, please try to remember to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. It is really easy to do, and you're helping us out. So please do us a solid. You're helping us. You're sticking it to Amazon. How does it get any better than that, right? So if you heard me say that and you haven't done it, please follow the instructions right below. It's a couple of clicks. You got to do it every month or so. So please remember to redo it if you haven't done it in a while. We get a couple of bucks for nothing, Shane. And you already paid for it. That's the crazy thing. This is a perk Amazon provides to you for free, and you paid for it. Why would you let it sit in Amazon's pocket instead of giving it to Shane? So please, thank you. If you've done that, you're the best. I'll see you guys on Twitter @Michael Pachter. See ya.